So today we're going to explore the neighborhoods of Maritime City and Dubai Island. Everyone is talking about them right now, and there are a lot of developers launching projects there. It's truly one of the areas that represents the future of Dubai. So we're going to go there to see what it looks like, so you can really get a great idea of the distances, the roads to get there, and so on. These neighborhoods have really strong potential because they will allow investors to invest in such a high-profile area right from the very beginning of its development. It's on the seafront, and it's also one of the last places, if not the last two places, on the seafront in Dubai where it will be possible to invest and build. So right now we're in downtown. Just like last time, we're going to start from Financial Center Road, which is the street at the foot of the Burj Khalifa and Dubai Mall. We entered Noah into the GPS, which is one of the first towers launched there by the developer OMNIYAT, and it's right at the entrance to Maritime City. And I'm going to explain everything to you. I'll show you what's along the way, etc. So you also have to understand that over there, a lot of new roads have been built, as well as bridges, tunnels, and so on. So I hope I won't get lost, because from one week to the next, there are really new roads popping up. That's why I put the GPS on. Usually I go there. I go pretty much everywhere in Dubai by myself without GPS, but over there things change so quickly that I end up using the GPS. According to what the GPS says, it's going to be a 15-minute drive from downtown, so it's going to be pretty quick. And there you go, so I'm taking you with me.
Before we begin, a quick note. I'm French, and this channel was originally created for the French market. Many English-speaking investors ask for the same content, so to release videos faster, we now use AI technology to translate and reproduce my voice. What you are hearing right now is my real voice. For the rest of the video, my voice has been AI translated, so we can produce content more efficiently. However, everything you'll see, the data, the deals, and the strategies is 100% real. And if you contact me, you'll speak with a real person in English. Enjoy the video.
So right now we're on Sherdaya Road. We've just left downtown and we're heading north towards the airport. Just to the right, behind those buildings, is DIFC. DIFC is the Dubai International Financial Center. It's simply Dubai's financial center. That's where you'll find all the banks and so on. So we're driving along the metro, and we're going to pass right in front of the Museum of the Future. I think you've already seen this building. It's a building that was voted the most beautiful building in the world. And it's true that it's really impressive. Here we're seeing it during the day. So that's the Museum of the Future. At night, it's just as incredible. It's all lit up. It's really, really beautiful. So let's keep going. We left downtown 2 minutes ago. Right now, we're still on Sheikh Zayed. I'm also going to draw your attention to this building here. It's a new development. It's called the Wanzabil. It's the one that's... Wait, let me move forward a little. It's two buildings, two tall buildings connected by a horizontal tower. Of course, we can't see it right now. I'll move forward a bit and then we'll see it. Actually, it's the same thing. It's a residence hotel which belongs to the Kerzner Group. That's the group that owns all the one and only hotels, and especially the Atlantis. And they're the ones who developed this project, which has been delivered. It's ultra luxury. It was delivered about a year and a half ago. And in the horizontal bar, there are only Michelin-starred restaurants, including La Dame de Pique and Sophie Pique's restaurant. And above the bar, there's the infinity pool overlooking the city. I think we'll see it when we come out of the tunnel. Now we're arriving at the entrance to Maritime City. We're not there yet. We'll be there in 5 minutes. But what's important to understand is that all these bridges currently under construction, the one above our heads and those over there, these are bridges that will connect Maritime City, Dubai Island, and downtown Dubai. And actually, as you can see here, we're in Bur Dubai. It's a neighborhood that's already very built up. And Maritime City is just in front of us there, and Dubai Island will be on the right. And the purpose of building these bridges is really to bypass Bur Dubai, to avoid getting stuck in traffic jams, roundabouts, and congestion. And to have a highway that passes over these neighborhoods so that Dubai Island and Maritime City are connected very, very quickly to the other areas of Dubai like Jumeirah, downtown and all the rest. Here we're taking the roundabout and there's still a traffic light on the other side that stops us for 5 minutes. So here everything you see on the right, you can see the buildings that aren't very tall with the green cranes, that's going to be Marina Rashid. This whole neighborhood is going to be developed by Emaar here at the entrance to Maritime City. Over here on the left we have Port Rashid, it's one of Dubai's commercial ports. This one's small, the main one is Port Jebel Ali. A lot of people often ask us if there won't be too much traffic because of the port, etc. But this is really just a very small part of Dubai's port activity. The vast majority of port activity is actually at Port Jebel Ali. That's much further south and very far from here. Here we have another view of the marina. I'm not sure if you can see it now. Here we're entering Maritime City. For now, as you can see, it's super empty, there's not much here. It's still under construction. So actually, along this whole line on the right, that's where all the buildings will be located. Most of them have already been sold. There will be Marina de Diyar, there's also Live and so on. There are actually quite a few buildings that are going to be on that side. And what you should know is that, in fact, OMNIYAT, the developer OMNIYAT, bought 80% of the peninsula. So this part here won't be OMNIYAT's section, but as we go further, they're the ones who will really be in charge of all the development. Here we have the Nautica, which is the building by SEG Groups. So I'll take this opportunity to show you the buildings. So all of this here will be on the seafront, with a view of the marina on the right. Here we have Anoa, which is developed by OMNIYAT. Here we have Marina, the one I mentioned earlier, developed by Diyar. Here we're going to have the plot for the building by the developer Live, which is called Live Maritime. Here we have the plot for the Dame project. And then starting from this spot, actually, here we have the Danube plot, and from this point on you enter what will soon be the Beyond complex, which is a subsidiary of OMNIYAT and will be called Jumeirah Peninsula Garden. And this is really where all the beach clubs and restaurants will be, where the Dorchester Hotel will be, where there will be the artificial beach, the forest and so on. But actually throughout the entire Maritime City complex, you'll find a hospital, a school, a mall and quite a few residences. And really, right on the seafront like this, unfortunately we won't be able to go any further. Should I try or not? So basically from here on, this is where all the Beyond development will be found. So how is it going to be organized? On this part here, this will be the entire seafront area. We're going to go to the Beyond Sales Center, so you can look at the model and I'll be able to explain everything to you properly. But at least here you can see the land as it is, empty, and it gives you an idea of the scale, so it's going to be huge. So along this whole line on the right, there will be about a dozen buildings. On the ground floor of the buildings, there will be beach clubs, resort-style pools, really like a hotel, things that are really going to be ultra luxurious. You have to understand that OMNIYAT is one of, if not the most luxurious developer in Dubai, and they're the ones who bought this peninsula to build something incredible here. If we go a little further ahead, that's where the artificial beach will be located. So this whole line here is going to be buildings. I'm trying not to get hit by one of these cinder blocks. And now we're really reaching the end, so that's where the artificial beach will be. And behind the artificial beach, there will be a forest. They didn't make a park. They actually said they're going to make a forest with activities in the forest, little cafes and so on. So it will be in that spot. Which means in terms of the view, people who are here will have an unobstructed sea view on one side because there's nothing in front. If they're on this side, they'll have a view of the beach. If they're back here, they'll have a view of the forest. And behind this first row of buildings, there will be buildings that are much lower, about 10 stories high. So starting from the 13th floor, in all the apartments facing the sea, you'll have a view at the back overlooking Burj Khalifa, the skyline. Still the sea with the sunset on that side. So that's another great thing about Maritime City. All the views are nice. There isn't any view that's going to be ugly, looking out onto other buildings or neighboring towers. There will only be really wide open views of the whole city or the sea. So now, as we come out of the marina, right in front of us, we have a stunning view of the skyline, Burj Khalifa, and so on. And as you saw, I really wanted to show you the site, what it looks like, the size, the different views, the orientations, and so on. But it's true that for now, it's still mostly a big empty lot with a few buildings under construction, so it's not super easy to picture. Here, this is the main marina, which will really be at the heart of the marina district. In fact, there are already a few small cafes and little restaurants that have opened. And the first buildings that are going to be constructed and delivered in marina will be ready very soon, in September 2025. So now the neighborhood is coming to life. It was incredible 3 years ago when Emma launched the first phases, to imagine that there could actually be a real neighborhood here. But now you can really see that it's taking shape. It's really nice, it's by the sea, and you have a view of the yachts. And it's only going to be small buildings like this, low-rise buildings with great amenities, so that it really feels human-sized and gives off a bit of a Saint-Tropez vibe, with a community, a neighborhood in a U-shape around the marina. And by the way, marina has already gained quite a bit of value, because when the first launches happened 3 years ago, for example, to give you an idea, for the 2-bedroom units, prices were around 350,000 euros. And today the starting prices, there's nothing below 500,000. Not bad, that's a 150,000 euro increase in 3 years. So now we're heading to the Beyond Sales Center, since they're the master developer for this whole project. And I'm going to show you the models and explain exactly what is located where. Really all the specific features of this project. Today is the launch of the MURAL Tower, which is the most luxurious tower in the entire Jumeirah Peninsula Garden complex by Beyond. So we were invited for the presentation of this tower. It will be the one located at the far end of the complex, right next to the artificial beach, the forest, and the Dorchester Hotel. So we're really looking forward to seeing what it looks like and what amenities it will have. So, are you coming with us? As you can see, it's packed with people. There are a lot of people who want to know more about this tower. And it has to be said that launches in Dubai are always a bit like this. There are a lot of people. Everyone is really well dressed. There are drinks, usually a buffet, and a great atmosphere. So it's true that it's nice to combine business with pleasure. We're in a beautiful setting, and it's also a great opportunity to network, meet other brokers, get closer to developers, and generally these are really fun evenings. Okay, we just left the broker briefing for MURAL, the latest project from Beyond, which will be located in Maritime City at the northern end of the complex. We'll show you later what this complex is going to look like. But just now we had the presentation of the tower, so here you go, this is what it's going to look like. There will only be 265 units, so it's going to be something very exclusive. It's the tower that will be right next to the beach and also right next to the pool. So there will be beautiful views all around. We'll have sea views, lagoon views with the sunset and the skyline, and here views of the skyline and Burj Khalifa. So it's going to be incredible. There will only be 135 bedroom corners, so it's going to go very, very quickly. Now we're going to try to get over there to the whole complex so you can get a better idea of what it looks like. There you go, we managed to reach the model, though it wasn't easy. This is going to be everything. The project, which will be called Peninsula Jumeirah Garden, is actually a bit hard to explain, but here you have the first tower on the left called O-Rise, and this one is Sentia. Here there will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and another 6 that will be launched soon. And the last one all the way at the end is MURAL, which will be the most high end of them all, of the entire complex, because it's the only one with completely unobstructed views all around, and it's very close to the Dorchester Collection Hotel and the private beach at the far end. So there will be views of the sea, the beach, the forest, and the downtown skyline with the sunset. And here, in fact, this entire complex will be accessible only to residents and will be completely exclusive. Come a little closer. I'd really like us to see all of this up close, to really see everything that's on the ground floor. In fact, there will be places to surf, seawater pools, regular pools here, beach clubs, restaurants, and really a kind of community with amenities like a five-star hotel. Not just simple residences with a hotel and gym. That's what makes this project and this neighborhood such an incredible opportunity. It's that we have this level of quality with an ultra-luxury developer in a place where you're really on the water, just 15 minutes from downtown. I'll let you judge for yourself. What's also going to be incredible about this development is that it will be the first place in Dubai where there will be a forest. So follow me and I'll show it to you up close. This will be the back part of the building. Behind, there will be apartments that will be about 10 stories high. So starting from the 10th floor, since there are podiums below, you'll really have a 360-degree view. The forest will be right there, so it's actually just behind this MURAL building. So people who have this view at the back will also have a view of the forest, as well as downtown. It's also on this side that you'll get the sunset, so the views are really going to be incredible. It won't just be an ordinary forest, it's already nice to have so much greenery. But on top of that, there will be lots of amenities, places to run, bike paths, and also there will be events organized in this forest, so it's going to be something completely unique and amazing to see in Dubai. All right, I think you now fully understand the potential of Maritime City. So since we're right next to it, we're heading over to Dubai Island. Now we're at Dubai Island, and as you can see, it's not very developed yet. There are still lots of empty plots everywhere. Here you have the Rixos Hotel and Residence project, and just behind it there's the beach. Here you'll see that there are already 2 hotels that have been completed. And over there on the left, that's where the future mall will be, which will have more than 1,000 shops and boutiques. It will be almost as big as Dubai Mall. The mall is already 80% finished. Of course, all the finishing touches and so on still need to be done. But what you need to understand is that this whole area will be delivered by 2028. So that includes the mall, all the residences, the hotels, and so on. Here you can already see a hotel with a small water park. And we're going to try to go to the public beach to show you a bit what it looks like and the kind of scenery you can find here. So here we are on the public beach of Dubai Island. Before we get started and I show you a bit of this place, I really want to take the time to explain the concept, the whole concept behind this new district called Dubai Island. It's actually a district located north of Dubai, opposite Deira, and it's made up of 5 artificial islands with Nakheel as the master developer. Nakheel is the developer of Palm Jumeirah, which everyone knows very well, and Palm Jebel Ali, which is currently under construction. This Dubai Island development will consist of 5 islands. So there will be one island that is disconnected from the rest, really isolated. This one is a bit mysterious. We don't really know what will be on it, but apparently it will be for the royal family. Then there will be 4 other islands, including a main island, which is where we are today. And there will be a mall that's almost as big as Dubai Mall, roughly speaking. 600,000 square meters and 1,100 shops. There will be 5-star hotels and luxury residences along this beach. There will also be what they call the Night Souk, meaning it will be one of the largest night markets in the world. And scattered all around, there will be marinas and beaches. And all of this will be open to all kinds of developers. However, there is one real constraint that has been set by Nakheel, which is to have everything completed by 2028, and that's why it's a huge opportunity for investors, because the entire community and all the residences will have to be finished by 2028. Let me give you an example. Just behind us here, there are two OMNIYAT projects, and you can see they're about 15, at most 20 stories high. Why is that? Because due to this requirement to finish everything by 2028, we're going to be in a community where all the buildings will be like this, relatively low rise, so that they can finish on time, because if they don't, they'll face penalties. So here, in fact, we're at the edge of the main island. There are already some luxury hotels here. The Rixos Hotel is going to be built here. And on this side, there will be the Flora Isle project, which is a residential development. And it's one of the only ones, along with the Ellington project, that will actually be right on this beach, right on the waterfront like this, directly on the beach. Why Dubai Island? It's a development that's unique in Dubai because it will be the only place in the whole region and the entire city where you'll have marinas, beaches, a mall almost as big as Dubai Mall, and above all, golf courses with townhouses and villas mixed with hotels and luxury residences. Now that I've really explained everything you need to know about Dubai Island, come with me. Let's walk around a bit so you can understand. There you go, that was the project, and this is this project. Today we're telling you about a lot of projects on Dubai Island. And it's important to really understand what it looks like, where exactly it's located within the community, and what we'll have in terms of finished products and location once the project is completed. So now that I've really explained the concept of this development to you, what we're going to do is walk around a bit among the plots so I can show you the things worth seeing today. We'll try to walk past the construction site of the mall. We'll also go by the construction sites of developers we know who have launched projects here. I'd also like us to pass by the small marina where Courtier House is located, so you can get an idea of what it looks like, Courtier House by Imtiaz. And there you go, we're going for a walk, so we'll explore together so you can really see everything. Right here on the right, you can see the first Imtiaz project. As you can see, it's super close to the beach. There's just the road to cross, and that's it, you've arrived. What you see right in front of us is the mall, so yes, we'll walk around it, but you can see it's really huge. It's really very big. All of that in front of us, those are more buildings under construction. Right here, this development is Flora Isle. It's one of the only ones way back there, all the way at the end. It's one of the only ones that's really right on the seafront. Right here, you have the Beach Walk project by Imtiaz, and as you can see, it's already very far along. Over there on the right is the marina, in front of which the two similar projects by Imtiaz, Courtier House 1 and Courtier House 2, will be located. So you can see it's very beautiful and the views are amazing. Actually, in front of us, there's nothing at all. We really have a view of the marina, and over there you get the skyline. We have the Burj Khalifa and downtown, so the view is fantastic. Here is Courtier House 1, Courtier House 2. I don't know if we'll be able to get to the other side to see the marina. Maybe, I think there's a way over there. I see a sign pointing to the marina. Here you can see that we have a view of the Burj Khalifa and downtown, which is amazing. It's really, really beautiful with the bridge and the sea. Today it's a bit cloudy, so we can't see very well, but on clear days it's really, really beautiful. So I wanted to go. Here we have the sea, and straight ahead is the marina, in front of which are Courtier House 1 and Courtier House 2. Unfortunately, it's closed, so we won't be able to go in, but you get the idea. So when you're on your terrace at Courtier House 1 or 2, you'll have an unobstructed view of the marina, the sea, and behind that, Dantan. In terms of price per square meter, it's very difficult because we have no basis for comparison. As you can see, it was completely empty. There aren't any residences at all. So it's really impossible to know what the rents will be and how much a finished apartment will cost. However, what I can tell you is that the launch prices for the developments that were started in 2024 have increased by 30 to 50% between the beginning and the end of the year. That means if you had invested in January, for example, by the end of December, you would have already gained, in terms of price per square meter, a value of 30 to 50% compared to what you bought at the beginning of the year. It's incredible, and it's not over yet. Why? As I told you, today we're still at the very beginning of development on Dubai Island. And so it's really at this moment that you need to invest in this kind of place, which is unique because it offers amenities and facilities that don't exist anywhere else in Dubai. We're also talking about some of the last beachfront locations where you can invest. So this is truly the right time to get in. And we'll see the first returns on this investment fairly quickly because, as we said, everything has to be finished by 2028. If you know Dubai and, for example, you know the Palm or neighborhoods like that, you might be wondering what makes Dubai Island completely different from those places. There are several things. First of all, there's the proximity to downtown and DIFC. Thanks to all the new roads, bridges and tunnels that are currently being built. On top of that, this is the only place in all of Dubai where you have at the same time a mall almost as big as the one in downtown, luxury hotels, marinas, a night market, and above all, golf courses with townhouses and villas. There will be a 9-hole golf course and an 18-hole golf course with a clubhouse on 2 islands. That's something that's never been seen before in Dubai. And not to mention that the Palm, for example, Palm Jumeirah, is great. It's fantastic over there, but it's already starting to get a bit dated. Here we're going to have all these facilities in the same place, close to downtown. And on top of that, the residences will be state-of-the-art, not things that were built 20 years ago. As you know, and something that often comes up when we talk about Dubai Island is the airplanes. It's the fact that we're not very far from the airport, so we're in a flight path, especially during takeoff. For example, right now, there's a plane that just took off, so we're going to try to film it and show you. There you go, you saw the plane. So yes, we're next to an airport, and you should know that DXB Airport is currently the main airport in Dubai, so of course there are planes. As you saw, they're still at a high altitude. We're not directly underneath them like you might be in St. Barth or places like that where you're on the beach and the planes fly right over your head. That's not the case here. That's also why I wanted to come here and show you this, because there's a lot of criticism about Dubai Island regarding the planes. That really depends on each person. Some people are extremely sensitive to noise, while others aren't bothered at all. So it's really up to each person to make their own choice. However, what is certain is that Dubai Airport, as we know it today, in a few years, it will no longer exist and it won't be here anymore. DXB will obviously remain, but the bulk of Dubai's air traffic will be concentrated at DWC, which is Al Maktoum Airport, located completely on the other side of the city, more towards the south near the marina Jebel Ali on the road to Abu Dhabi. It's a project that has been approved for over $38 billion and is expected to start operating within 5 to 10 years. So whatever happens when it comes to real estate investment, we're talking about a long-term investment. Here we're dealing with something that if you buy it today will be delivered in 3 years. So you have to keep in mind that after 3 or 4 years of operation, that's it. There will be no more planes at all because 90% of the air traffic will have moved to Al Maktoum. That means the entire Dubai fleet, the entire Emirates fleet will move to Al Maktoum. And today, if there's about 1 plane every 15 minutes, in 5 to 8 years, there will be about 1 every 2 to 3 hours. So I think that, well, once again, there are people who think that this will completely block everything. Personally, I don't think it's something that's a deal breaker because no matter what, when you invest in areas like this that are just at the beginning of their development, you know you're not going to resell in 2 or 3 years. The best thing is really to say to yourself, okay, I'm buying now because prices are very low. I wait for it to gain value. I make use of it for a few years. And when it's at its peak value, when the neighborhood is fully developed, that's when I sell. That's what people have generally done. In places like City Walk, in places like Creek Harbor, or in places like Blue Waters. So that's what I think about this whole topic of airplanes and the so-called corridor. But in the end, it's up to each person to make their own decisions and really choose with full awareness and according to their own priorities. Now, as I turn to the right, this is where the Night Souk will be. And that's going to be really great. It's going to be a huge night market that will bring together lots of restaurants, little cafes and small shops. Apparently there will be around 5,000 restaurants, shops and so on. And it's going to be the largest night market in the world. So that's also going to be something really nice and unique to Dubai. I'm coming back a bit in this direction just to show again that there's going to be plenty to do on Dubai Island, because today it was completely empty and it was totally bare. There was absolutely nothing. But all of this eventually, and again within a maximum of 3 years, will be filled with little buildings like this, luxurious and charming, with about 10 to 15 floors. We should also talk about the cultural district. It's something that's going to be right next to it, near Night Souk, so more on that side where there will be museums, galleries, and lots of things that will be connected and related to art. And it's going to be pretty nice. It's going to bring a lot of people to this neighborhood. There you go, that's it. It's time for us to say goodbye. So I'll give you a quick recap of this video regarding the 2 neighborhoods we visited. Let's start with Maritime City.
You can see it a bit in the distance here. It's a neighborhood that's going to be a luxury residential area with the metro taking you directly to the AFC, to downtown, and only developers who are very, very high end. What we're expecting there are returns that will be on par with Blue Waters. Why? Because it has exactly the same ingredients. We're on a peninsula that's on the sea, in a small area that's truly a community. There will be everything you need on site, meaning a mall, a school, hospitals and all that, with a very, very high-end developer. We have every reason to expect returns of 5,000 dirhams per square foot, exactly like what you find today at Blue Waters. On top of that, we're much closer to downtown and DAFC, and the metro is going to arrive soon. For me, there's really no question to ask. You shouldn't hesitate. We're still right at the beginning, and it's this kind of community you need to bet on. Now, here we are at Dubai Island. Here, we're dealing with something completely different. We're also right at the very start of development here, and actually that's why we decided to wrap up the video here. Here, we're in the middle of the sand in what seems to be nothing but desert, but when you turn around, you see that here there are cranes everywhere, just construction sites all around. There's the mall, there will be a golf course, there will be townhouses, villas, and we're working with a developer, Nahil, who is a government developer, who is going all out to make sure everything is finished by 2028. For those who really want to invest with a quality developer in a unique place that will truly bring together everything that today doesn't exist yet. In Dubai, in the same place, and what's more, right by the sea, just 15 to 20 minutes from downtown, this is really where you should invest. Dubai Island, personally, I really believe in it. Of course, as always, you have to invest and focus on a quality developer. Here there are many. There's Imtiaz, for example. There's also Ellington, which has set up here, or you can stick with projects from Rhine, like Begro, which will be on the other island over there on that side. With the night market, the mall, the golf courses, the luxury hotels, the luxury residences, the marinas and the beaches, we know that here for sure we'll have something that will gain a lot of value in the coming years. If you're interested in real estate investment in Dubai and want to learn more about Dubai Island, Maritime City or other areas of Dubai, don't hesitate to contact us via the link in the description. Whether it's me or a member of my team, we'll be there to support you with your project. In the meantime, I'll see you soon in the next video and we'll go discover other neighborhoods together.